Hi there, my name is Adrian and I thought I would just share a video with you guys. The, the goal about this video is to sort of show you a little bit about, I made a video before this about reference. We so easily accept things because of reference. And then because our parents did it, or it's always been that way, or even slavery was reference. So before slavery was alright. It's okay for the person who buy the slave because for once you only have to buy it once, or pay a price for once, and have somebody to do whatever you want. No questions asked. They can kick them, work them to the ground, break them, doesn't matter. Other hand, the reference for the person who has just been sold is a bit different. Like his reference is, I'm born black, there's no hope for me, and I deserve this for some reason I didn't even know myself. Thank goodness that didn't last long. It lasted too long to be fair, but thank goodness it sort of ended. Because imagine yourself, you were at an end. Like I said, the person who bought, that's the score of the lifetime. For the person who are bought, different story. Always put yourself in other people's shoes, I believe. And one thing I sort of, like myself, got married, want to, upgrade the house, so we want to, looking to buy a bigger house and stuff like that. And of course, we live in London, so house price is ridiculous. And I was sort of investigate more about, the mortgages, the prices and stuff like that. And I have to say, it's ridiculous. And I can't believe I'm the only person maybe who can see it. Like I said, maybe the reference is it's okay. Things go up. I don't know. From my point of view, I really think it's ridiculous. And the fact that we have to pay back so much. So housing is a need. So because there's a need and there's a market, the prices went all sky high. My uncle was in war and he told me something really interesting. Really, really interesting. He said before he shot the first, before he pulled the first trigger, pull the first trigger? Bullet, I don't know. One of those two things. He sits and thinks for himself, wait a minute, the other person on the other side, I don't even know him. Is this actually really a fight, a war we're fighting for? Does the other man has a family, a wife to go back to? And then the first bullet passes his head, and he realizes it's kill or be killed. And the people who are in charge of this, organizing all the stuff sometimes, they need us to fire the first shot, because the minute somebody fires the first shot, their mission is complete, because it means that people will start fighting each other. The minute one person sells the house for a high price, the other person has to fire back now, so he has to sell his house for a high price to buy again. So we are having a little fight with each other, and we're not actually going to win, because the price is going to go so high up, people won't actually afford it. Most of us live to a month-to-month basis, and with a high risk and high interest of the property. Years ago, that was fine. Years ago, properties was maybe 100,000. Now it's 400,000. So it's a big difference, and we still have the same system. We bought £100,000 place, but we are paying 400 times or 3 times more the price. So everything is changing a little bit, and I don't think we even understand it. We go and look at the house, and we all say, yeah, it's a nice house, we put the offer in for 400,000 or something like that. Do we even understand how much that money is? Do we not understand how much we have to pay back? But sometimes we don't think about it, because what we think about is the need. I need a bigger house. And reference is, it is what it is. Or, we can do nothing about it. Or, I have no money, I have to go borrow from the bank. Now, I don't fight the banks at all. I'm saying it's cool, fine, fair play, we need to borrow some money somewhere. All I'm saying about is, I think it's a little bit unfair how much we have to pay back. So I just draw up a simple graphic. Let's example say you have to borrow 150,000 pounds. For example, if it was 1%, that would be nice. Now, in 10 years' time, you'll pay 8,000 back. 20 years, you'll pay 15,000 back. 30 years, you'll take 24,000 back. And that sounds really cool for me, to be fair. So I think, at fair play, we have to borrow some money back, and I need to get some money back, that's fine. If you go to 3%, and that's just how it all gets different. 10 years, so remember 10 years you have to pay a big amount back, so those people don't have that money. So we actually all going to go to 30 years, 20 years. It's 23,900, 20 years is 50,000, 30 years is 76,000. 6% because most of the time when you borrow, suddenly it becomes not a high risk nonsense and the interest goes up. So if a person doesn't have money originally to buy something, but you put the interest up, now that doesn't make sense to me because he's already struggling to even afford it, but now you put the interest up as well. Weird combination. 50,000 for 10 years, 100,000 for year 20. 30 years mortgage, £168,000. Now what does it exactly mean? It means that, let's say we're working with 20 years. If it was 1%, that would be ideal. It means that half of your year, if you don't spend any money, means you have to work like normal, but you don't spend any money on food, drink, life, nothing. Half a year will be gone. So I mean that's impossible. So we have to times that by 4 because you have to live and so. So it means that for 2 years you have to work for Mahala. 2 years of your life. That's on 1%. 3% is 2 years. So for 2 years you don't do anything. You don't pay. You go to work of course, but you don't live. You don't. All the money just goes straight to the mortgage. Means that you have to work for 2 years for nothing, just for interest. 2 years. So of course that's not possible, so times 4 is 8 years. So for 8 years, you have to work for interest only. In 6%, 6% in 20 years is 3.5 years. 3.5 years. Times 4 is 12 years. Now, I'm not fighting the banks. I'm just saying that 1% or 2% or 3%, 6% over 10 years doesn't make a really big difference. But people don't have the mortgage. The mortgage is so high. If I borrow a £10,000 loan with a 3%, that makes sense because I'm going to pay back 13,000 or something like that. That makes sense. I cannot pay 3% on 150,000 because the line goes so much further. So how further the line goes, of course, how much money it's excellent for the bankers, not good for the people. And yes, we need somewhere to lend the money. That's fine. I can have that. But the bankers doesn't have the risk. They take your house back. They don't care if you don't pay. They will come and pick your house. You can pay 20 years. You got like 2 more years going, and they will take your house. So and sometimes it's not even their money. So they invest money that they don't even have themselves. That's how it all works, banks. So why must we settle for that? I don't understand. Like I said, yes, we need to. If you borrow money, fine, you have to pay something back. But what difference is 1%, 3%, 6% over a long period of time? You're talking about you can almost gain 8 years of your life back. You can gain 12 years of your life back. Imagine if you can give 12 years back to your kids, or 2 years for your kids. If the interest was 1%, it's 24,000. So it means a whole year of your salary, if you don't do anything, goes for that. That's fair. That is fair, is it not? But 3%, 6%, and of course all the other duties, if you want to change your remortgage, it all adds up. And to pay that amount, a big amount of money for somebody who doesn't even have to work for it, somebody who doesn't even have the risk. You have to wake up every morning, you have to go to work every day. So who's doing the work? So we are doing our part. We are doing our part, but it means that they got you for 30 years, you can do nothing. And that's 150,000. So now we're talking about houses that goes at least over 300 to 400,000. So if that was double, that means you're going to pay £200,000. You're going to throw £200,000 worth in the water. You get zero for it. Just the privilege to have the loan to buy a house. Something that we all need. Something like a house. We should all have a house. We should not pay or suffer or have massive interest for that to stay, so we can work. So where must we stay? Where must we work? So if you're all just saying, just staying on the land, no mortgage or nothing, will this life continue like it is? No, of course not. So it is chicken and egg, of course. So yeah, I just fight for us. I thought like we all work very hard. I work very hard. I'm sure you work very hard. I have staff who work very hard. But why must we always give more? Because I have to give more money to my staff because they want to make a better living. Where they're losing money just to have a house. It's beyond me. And I said, what's the point of this video? And then no, I would like your comments back. Like, I'm sure there's something we can do. I'm sure if we stand together, we can do something. Why should we pay so much of our money, of our time, back for something that is actually needed to give into somebody? If the banks doesn't have if the banks doesn't have the risk, they will take you home. So what's the risk for them? And having this percentage and having the mortgage go up and up and up and up, the house prices, they're making more and more money. In the street alone, how many houses is there? 30, 40, 50? Imagine every house makes 50, let's say 50 houses in there, makes 100,000 or even 50,000. I need to work this out, I don't want to be wrong. I think it's 2.5 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One street, 2.5 million. For just lending money out to you. That's one street, 2.5. 5 streets is 10 million. How many people of us live from month to month? How better life would you have if you could have still pay your part, 100%. I don't say don't pay your part. But if you had £50,000 more in your pocket, how would that change your life? If you had £100,000 more in your pocket. Like I said, that's 20 years. I don't think we can afford 20 years because the price will go. So most of the time it's 30 years. So we're talking about £160,000. That's the same amount. That's the thing. It's the same amount. It's just percentage-wise over long periods of time. How it all changed. But we live in it now because all we think about is now is like, oh yeah, I can afford £800, so it's fine. That's what we tell ourselves. And that's true. But what happened is we've lost money along the way. It means that we're going to have to work for nothing. I don't want to change the world. I'm just saying let's be fair. I just want to bring a bit of fairness in. I mean, should we not bring fairness in at least? If something's not quite right, should we not speak up? Should we just accept? Our reference is, should we just accept the slavery was alright, we should just accept that? Luckily somebody stepped up for that. It's not right. Right's wrong, wrong is right. It's not right that we work so hard, all of us, for our money, for our time. I know parents who doesn't see the kids, only to pick it up at the nursery, bath the kid, put a kid in bed, because they both have to work. So it's good people, they're doing their part, but they don't even have enough money to look after to have the kid with them more time. Both have to work, because so much money goes down the drain. On top of that, we got credit cards, we got all those kind of things. Like a credit card, 30% to 20% to 50% interest. How's that even legal? The thing is, we are dumb. We don't know things. We we're actually not smart, to be fair, at all, and we just accept that. So, yeah, I mean, that's my feeling about it. I thought I will share my feelings because I mean it's something that's hard, even in my heart, and I thought worth sharing. We share so much stuff, other stuff that's actually pointless in this world. So let's share something good. I would like to get a bit of comments back, feedback. What does people think? Share it out, see what's coming back. Let's see how far we can take this. Let's see if this is something or nothing. Hope it's something, because I think we all can benefit out of this. Thank you for watching. I know your time's always precious. Cool. Speak soon. Bye.